what level is this, like 14U?
See if anyone can hear me. I'm not sure. I've been told that I am not broadcasting sound. So if you do hear this, send a message to someone who can let me know. I want to, oh, nice stick, nice keep there by Mullet. The entire team had fled the zone at that point, trying to keep this in. Pittsburgh picking it back up, and it's going to be can't get it to work. Possibly it's working now.
Yeah, I'm going to watch one more whistle in a minute.
Talk really close to the iPad. Puck down to McInhill. Sent it back to the defenseman. Lekorchik tries to send it forward to Sullivan. I think she hit her, and so not going to be an icing. And now picked up by Pens behind their own net, trying to play it through. Kohlhaus trying to make some contact with that puck, and Sullivan as well. Kohlhaus able to get a piece of it, sending it over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets goes down, and now it's going to be Pens picking it back up. And now Pens taking it down across the red line. Pens play it past the defender. She goes on the, gets on her horse for it, but Vogelsang there to play this puck forward. Vogelsang trying to play this out to Kohlhaus. Kohlhaus can't quite get it through, and blue liner sends it right back in. Sent to the middle, puck still loose under the skates of Vogelsang, and cleared out by Lekorchik as I think maybe we're good. Okay, so apparently maybe we can hear audio now. I hear it. Someone just said they can hear audio. Okay. So if, sorry you haven't heard my beautiful voice throughout this game, but Jackets still all tied up 4:50 to play in this first period. Dar, LaRoche, and Svensson out here on as your forwards. Picked up by Svensson, but quickly turned the other direction by Pence, but Jackets do the same thing. Vogelsang now has it past the red line, and she's going to send that one deep into the zone. Hits the side of the net. Pence pick it back up. Pens now trying to loop it around the other side of the net. Nice outlet pass for the Pens. Dar riding her, trying to muscle her to the edge, and as long with Myers, puck still loose, and it goes in as just slid in the back door there, and Pens will take the 1-0 lead here, 4:25 to play. So, sorry for the technical difficulties, but it looks like we'll have Dar, Svensson, and LaRoche back out here as our forwards. Guttrell and Douse back on defense. And that puck goes down into the Penn zone. Jackets on the hard forecheck, trying to keep that in. That one's going to slip through, back to the stick of Guttrell. Guttrell knocks it free from the defender, sends it up to LaRoche. LaRoche chucks it into the zone. It's going to be Dar chasing. Dar trying to scoop that one to the center to Svensson. Can't quite get it all the way through, and now it's going to be up on the near wall. Kind of slides out, and Penn's able to get it through, but gets caught on the sideboards, and now it's going to slide into the Jacket zone. It's going to be Douse back to pick that up. Douse taking it back behind the back of the net. Douse sending it to Svensson. Svensson makes contact with it. Douse, though, able to make a nice play on that and send it out to Flaherty. Flaherty across the blue line, looking for some help here as Thomas in off the bench. Thomas now going to pick it up off the sideboards. She's looking for an option, and now it's going to be Flaherty again to pick it back up. Flaherty drop pass to Thomas. Thomas gets it, bounced it to the middle. Flaherty can't quite corral it, and now that one is going to slide out with Lakorchik, and we'll get an offsides call here on the Jackets. 3:26 to play. Puck goes down to Flaherty, and it's going to be Penn's playing it up quick and into the zone. Pens take a shot from distance. It goes up and over the net. Vogelsang now into the corner. Flaherty gets a piece of it, plays it out with Thomas. That one's going to slide out of the zone. Olsgaard giving chase. Olsgaard going to try to pin her in, and she gets a piece of that. Able to get that one stuck in the zone. Jackets changing their other couple forwards, and Pens with a nice cross-ice pass to play that one through, but Lakorchik staying patient and able to just knock that easily off the stick. That one's going to go down, though, the opposite way, and Jackets are going to get called for an icing call. So 2:55 to play here, and Jackets will have a defensive zone face-off. McInhill out here to take the face-off. She's got Ori and Clark out there with her. Mullet and Myers back on defense. Puck comes loose, sent to the middle, picked up by Mullet. Mullet trying to look for an outlet to Ori. Ori now has it on the sideboard. She's got Clark right in the middle. Clark now gonna take it up and across mid-ice. She's gonna chuck that one deep into the corner, and it's gonna be McInhill first to that puck. McInhill trying to keep this one pinned deep in the zone. Ori in there to help now, and she's got that pinned on the boards. Pens are be the ones to dig it out. Pens, though, able to get this one played out of the zone, and Pens are gonna have a two-man rush here. Jackets trying to pin her into the corner. Myers with the defense there, able to separate from the puck, and now McInhill sending it up the boards to Clark. Clark trying to get that out with Ori, but that one's gonna pop back, and now it's gonna be onto the stick of Mullet. Mullet playing it over to Clark, but intercepted, and now Mullet trying to fight for the possession once again. Mullet still on the sideboards with that one, and she gets it over to McInhill. McInhill gonna take it over to the opposite side, less traffic. Clark now on the sideboards, picks it up, gets it, plays it past her defender, and it's gonna be Ori able to get it past the blue line, but Pens tie it up and try to get it through. Jackets trying to gain some possession here as Clark loses an edge, and now Jackets change out some lines here, and it's gonna be Sullivan, Colehouse, Dar out here as forwards. Nice keep there by Douse on the blue line. Sullivan now back behind the net, fighting for possession, trying to get this one to the front. And that one is going to go to the front, but intercepted by the Pens. Pens now going to take it around the back of their own net. Sullivan fighting for possession here, comes to the side of Gutschall. Gutschall trying to play that one back down to Sullivan. Gutschall comes away with it and just chucks it into the corner. Pens now going to try to exit on the opposite side. Gets caught in the skates of the ref, though, and now it's Dar and Kohlhaas on the midboards trying to keep this one in. Comes away, Sullivan tries to get a whack at it. That one's going to pop all the way up to Douse. Douse going to dance it along the blue line, looking for an option. Topped into the middle by Dar, and that slides over to the Gutschall side. Gutschall now going to play that one in deeper. Sullivan again picking it up. Sullivan and Dar really maintaining some offensive pressure here, trying to get this one to the middle. Dar picks it up, drop pass to Gutschall. Gutschall trying to send that one into Sullivan, and Sullivan all tied up though. Picked up again by LaRoche. LaRoche trying to play that one up to apparently they're going to say that one hit one of the Jackets players. I don't think it did, but long swipe given by the Pens, and Pens now going to try to pin us in our own zone as they escaped that icing call. Jackets going to send that one out, and that will do it for the end of the period. And so Pens will take the first period 1-0, but we'll be back for another 15 in about 60 seconds. Good. I'm not sure which one of these mics is providing my audio, so I'm just holding them both. Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. Jackets back on the ice for period number 2. Dar, Kohlhaas, and Sullivan out here as your forwards. Douse and Gutschall back on defense. Jackets win the faceoff, coming in, trying to bring this one into the zone. Dar with it on the blue line. Kohlhaas in there to help out, and that one's going to come away with Pittsburgh, but Jackets just fighting for possession here, and it's going to be Sullivan making a path toward the net. She gets one, it's sent away by the leg blocker of the goaltender, and now Pitt going to work their way out. They try to connect that pass, and not going to be an icing as Douse, though, fighting her way for possession behind the net. Picked up by Pittsburgh. Now it's going to be Dar with possession. She's looking for that pass to Kohlhaas, but hits a skate. That puck is going to slide out. Little miscommunication there. A sloppy start to this first period, but back comes all the way back into the Jacket zone, and that is going to be an icing. So Jackets are going to go down for an offensive faceoff, and it will be 14-10 to play in the second. Shots on goal currently listed at 2 for the Pens, 5 for the Jackets. As kept by the rink scorekeeper. So puck goes down to Flaherty, sent deep into the corner. It's going to be the Pens who come away with it. Pens trying to play it up the wall. Comes to the stick of Vogelsang. Vogelsang with a quick shot goes onto the leg pad of the defender. Pens again trying to play this one through, and they're going to get it out of the zone, but Lekorchik trying to send that one back in. LaRoche able to get a bit of a stick on it, but Penn's able to quickly clear it out once more. Jackets with a hard pressure though, and that one's going to slide into the Pens territory. Picked up by Svensson. Svensson looking for LaRoche in the middle along with Flaherty. Puck still loose. Jackets fighting, and that will be a cover by the Pens, but Jackets with a nice offensive opportunity there. Looks like there's another Jackets team in town, so we've got a bit of a cheering section going for us here. Puck's gonna drop to Flaherty here. Fights for it into the middle. Puck's still loose. Oh, shot goes off the goaltender. Quick shot by, I think it was Svensson. Svensson picks it up again, looking for the middle of the net. Loses it on the back of the net. Picked up on by the Pens. Pens trying to play this one up the boards. And that one's gonna sneak up and out. Picked up by Vogelsang. Vogelsang able to send it right back in. And Jackets trying to grab possession here in this offensive zone. Pens play it out, but Jackets are going to send it in, and we'll get an offsides call as the door is apparently offsides, even though it's literally not. So, whatever, I don't make the rules. Door appears to be on or to the opposite side of the blue line based on its opening, but whatever. Puck comes down. It is going to slide into Pens territory. Pens pick it up. D-to-D pass gets flubbed, and now Jackets trying to pin this one back behind the net. Clark giving chase on the forecheck, and now it's going to be McInhill looking to gain possession of this puck. McInhill comes away with it, sends it behind the back of the net. Pens, though, picking it right back up. Pens going to look for the opposite side. Pens now playing it through the middle. And out, it comes to the stick of Meyer. Meyer gonna loop it around the back of her own. Nope, she's gonna change directions, trying to play it out with McInhill. Pens, though, able to grab that. Comes up to the Ori side. Ori now trying to get this one out, and she's able to play that into neutral territory. Pens now, we're gonna regroup it in their own territory as the Jackets are gonna try to capitalize here. But Pens get possession and take it quickly into Jackets territory. Pens, Mullet doing a nice job looping her toward the away from the net, and now puck is still loose in the Jackets territory. Pens try to send it over to the opposite side, and now it's going to be onto the stick of Myers. Myers up and across the blue line, tries to make a move past the defender, loses possession for momentarily, and sends that one chucking in deep. And it's going to be Jackets now onto the ice. Picked up by Douse off the bench and kept to the blue line deeper, and now slides over to the side of Gutschall. Gutschall with a nice backhanded keep there. And that one is going to slide all the way through. Thomas looking for that puck as she tries to loop it back the opposite way. Thomas nicely played around the defender and back into neutral ice. Jackets trying to attack here. Pens play that one in deep, though, and it'll be Gutschall back to retrieve. Gutschall quickly playing it up to Olsgaard. Olsgaard tapping it through. Not going to be an icing call as that one made contact with a Pens player, and Jackets now going to try to take this opportunity to change for skaters. Jackets, Pens still trying to play with this one in the zone as Jackets try to keep it. Nice keep there by Flaherty, but Pens able to play that one out into neutral territory. Pens play it past the defender and now into Jackets zone. 10:55 to play in the first. Vogelsang with a nice physical effort there to gain possession here, and now it's going to be Vogelsang trying to skate that one through, but that is going to be knocked off the stick, and now it's going to be Flaherty trying to send that one deep in with Sullivan. Sullivan can't quite corral it, and Pens send it back the opposite way. Vogelsang again with it on her stick, and Vogelsang now looking for her own option. Gets it knocked off the stick once more. Now it's going to be Lakorchik sending it up to Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas sends it into the weak side all the way to the empty space in the corner, and now Pens playing it back the opposite wall. That one slides into the middle. McInhill picks it up. McInhill trying to play that around the defender. Sends it horseshoeing the boards, and now Sullivan just trying to make something happen here in the offensive zone. Sullivan coming away with it. McInhill picks it up. Shot! Oh, just wide of the net. Nice shot there by McInhill, and now it's going to come back to Mullet. Mullet sending it over to Myers. Myers sends a shot, and that gets deflected off of LaRoche, and now it's going to be Sullivan again picking it up, sends it over to LaRoche. Mullet dropping low on the boards, picks it up. Sends it back down to LaRoche. LaRoche fully pinned there. I don't think she's even on her skates anymore. And puck comes loose, stick to the middle. Nice little send by McInhill, but doesn't quite make it to Svensson. Puck comes out to Svensson. Oh, just nice stick tap there by the Pens player to knock that off her stick. Defense of the Jackets regrouping. Myers sending it to Mullet. Mullet looking for her own option. She sends that one long to Svensson. Svensson gets a stick on, taps it into the zone. She's going to be the one to give chase. Defenders now changing out as well, and Pens send this one up the wall. McInhill, nice defense move by McInhill to gain possession. Dar then comes in off the bench. McInhill trying to send another puck to the toward the net, and now Pens though are going to be the ones to pick it up in their own zone and skate this out. Pens going to try to just take it coast to coast here. Into the corner she goes. Hard backhand goes wide of the net, and now Jackets are able to play this one out of the zone. Pens though picking it back up, and they're going to try to come back the opposite way again. Sent down into the corner. Douse picking it up. She sends it over to Gutschall. Gutschall trying to make a pass, but flubs it, and now it's going to be Pens looking for the front of the net. Shot deflected, and now into the corner. Gutschall makes contact, and now Dar trying to send it back the other way. Dar up to Ori. Ori looking for that long pass to Clark. Clark trying to get a hold of it. Slips off the edge of the stick, but Dar there to pick it up. Dar gets to the red line and chucks that one deep. 8:08 to play now in the second, or in the second, yes, sorry. Ori with it behind the net, trying to keep possession until she gets reinforcements, sends it over to Cam Thomas, and now Thomas fighting for it along with Flaherty. Pens, though, going to be able to exit this zone. Pens play it past one defender. Vogelsang remains, and Vogelsang with a nice defensive play, but it looks like she will get called for it as she... So we'll have our first penalty of the game, and it'll go against the Jackets here. I think it'll be a hook or a trip or an interference of that some kind, and we'll see what it is. Hooking. Hooking's the call. So a minute and a half on the penalty kill here for the Jackets. So Douse, Myers, Dar, and Sullivan out here to try to kill this penalty off. Goes back to the blue line to blue line pass. She jumps to the top of the circle. Shot goes just to the wide of the net, but nice setup opportunity. And now it's going to be Sullivan picking it up and sends it a little too hard, and we're going to get an icing call. So 10 seconds expired from that PK. 7:31 to play in the second. And this will come down for another offensive zone faceoff. Dar gets booted from the faceoff, and Sullivan takes in. Goes back to the defense of the Pens again. Another D-to-D pass. Goes low and off the leg pad of Shorman, stick side leg pad. Pens still with a lot of offensive pressure here, trying to work toward the net. Picked up by Dar. Dar is going to send that out of the zone and not going to be enough to ice, so it's going to be Sullivan racing on this forecheck. 56 seconds remaining on the penalty, but Jackets, though, leaving themselves in a 3-on-2 situation. Myers and May on the defense there, and that shot goes directly into the glove of Shorman. So 46 seconds remain on the Vogelsang penalty, and 6:57 remaining in the second period. Jackets changing up. Looks like we've got Gutschall, Mullet, LaRoche, and Flaherty out here to kill the penalty now. Puck comes back, goes back to the blue liner. Hard shot off the body of Shorman. Shorman can't see it, and we'll get a whistle here as Jackets able to cover, and we'll get a whistle. So 40 seconds now remaining, and we'll get another face-off from the same dot. Puck goes down, picked up by LaRoche, trying to clear this one out, but coming muscling through as a Pens player. Shoots, it's a shot deflected and easily into the glove. So only 6 more seconds to expire. 34 seconds remaining. Pens catching up on shots here. Shot count still favoring the Jackets with 8, but Pens knocking on the door with 7 now. Comes back to the blue liner, blue line to blue line pass. Shot comes from the top of the circle, deflected, dangerous, but goes wide of the net. Pens, though, back to pick it up again. Drop pass at the sideboards. She's looking for the front of the net, shoots it into the side of Mullet's legs, and now it's going to be Pens again. Just lots of room to dance here as they drop to the top of the circle. Pens again working on this side of the net. Send one in toward the net, and now it's going to be Mullet trying to clear this one out. Pens again on the side, and now it's going to be Pens just playing with it, and now Jackets back to full strength. And Louisa off the board, out of the box, trying to make a breakaway happen. Drop pass, picks it back up. No one's quite picking that one up, and Pens now trying to take it back the other way. Lakorchik stops it, but sends it in off sides, and we'll get a whistle. So Jackets kill off that penalty, back to full strength. 5:53 to play in the second. Still trailing 1-0. Puck goes down. Sullivan and Kohlhaas out there. Sullivan trying to forecheck her way through traffic, and it's going to be the Pens picking it up behind their own net. Dar now trying to gain possession. Pens trying to play this out of their own zone, and they are going to get stopped at the blue line by Kohlhaas, but that puck does come out. Picked up by Dar. Dar sends it back to Vogelsang. Vogelsang looking for an option. Almost misses that pass, but sends a nice butte to Sullivan. Sullivan entering the zone, gets taken off the puck. Dar trying to pick it up. She works her way into the corner. Dar goes down hard. Not going to be a penalty. Dar going to stay down, and we will get a whistle here. 5:14 to go. Dar is up, though, and no penalty, but we will come to outside the zone, I believe, for the face-off. Flaherty, LaRoche, Svensson, puck comes down. Dow's trying to make a play on it, gets stuck in the body, puck's still loose. Now it's going to be Flaherty to pick it up. Flaherty trying to send that one forward onto the stick of the Pens. Pens going to spread it out the opposite way. And Pens going to play that one all the way deep. Gutschall back to collect. Gutschall behind the back of her own net. Sends it up to Svensson. Svensson looking for the long option, and LaRoche. LaRoche corrals it. LaRoche now down the ice. She's got Flaherty with her. Plays it around the defender, and LaRoche back behind the net to try to pick that up. Flaherty now has possession, sends it to Svensson, and she scores! Beautiful play there by the Jackets. All three forwards involved as LaRoche drops it to Svensson. To Flaherty. Flaherty sends it into Svensson, as Svensson just puts it top shelf. Jackets tie it up with 4:39 to go in the second. Puck goes down, slides all the way back into the Pens territory, picked up by the defender, laying it out on the sideboards, and that one is going to come out of the zone. Mullet trying to tip it back in, now Svensson trying to flee the zone. Mullet now going to chuck that in deep, and Jacket's going to be on the chase. Clark trying to be first to the puck here, along with McInhill. McInhill going to make some contact with it, along with Ori down there in the corner. Puck comes free, but it'll be picked up by the Pens, though. Ori giving chase behind the net. Pens trying to change direction, send it the opposite way, and it's going to be McInhill that's first to the puck, but Pens swipe it and try to play this one out. Jackets just trying to muscle this for possession. Comes to the stick of McInhill. McInhill with the shot into the glove, and it will be a cover. So 3:50 to play, and Jackets will get another offensive zone faceoff. Puck goes down onto the stick of Olsgaard momentarily. Now it's going to come up to the sideboards. Dar trying to make a play with it on the boards. Comes up to Vogelsang. Vogelsang's going to dance it toward the middle and sends that one wide of the net. Onto the stick of Thomas. Now Thomas trying to make a play. Pens, though, are going to be able to break this one out. Pens pass and have two now. Pens go with two down to the front. Shake a shot and nicely sent away by Shorman as Pens were running some tricky business there. Pens now looping around the top of the circle. Drop pass to the defender. She's going to drop down to the circles now. Looks to make a man miss. Goes into the side of the net. Another shot goes behind the net now, and Pens again still knocking at the door, looking for the front. Pens get another shot, and it's going to be onto the stick of Vogelsang now. Vogelsang going to try to break this one out. Almost slides off the end of her stick, but Vogelsang makes it through the defender. Vogelsang with a shot, and a beautiful save there by the goaltender. She just swiped that one out of the air. 2:50 to play in the second. Puck goes down, picked up by the Pens. She tries to loop it behind her own net. Takes it back the other direction. That one's going to slide up to Douse. Douse dropping it back down to Sullivan. Sullivan trying with a drop pass to Kohlhaas. Pens now fighting back for possession. Picked up by Sullivan once again. She's going to try to loop to the front of the net. Kohlhaas gets a stick on it, and that one's going to pop up to Gutschall. Gutschall sends it back down into the corner, and Sullivan giving chase. Sullivan looking for the front of the net. And Pens trying to send that one away. That one's going to slide out of the zone, and we'll get an offsides call as couldn't quite keep that puck in. 2:17 to play in the second. LaRoche trying to muzzle that one in. McEnhill giving some help. And Pens, though, able to clear this one quickly. Mullet fighting for possession, but Mullet gets beat, shot, and just top shelf. Pens are going to put their second on the board. And the Pens like their goal music here. Not sure what this is. Puck goes down, sent deep into the Pens territory. Sullivan giving a hard chase on this. Sullivan trying to get it, but Pens knock it out of her way before she can get there. Kohlhaas, though, able to interrupt it on the opposite sideboards, and now Dar trying to make a play. That one almost slips past Dar. Dar, though, breaking free. She's looking for the front of the net. Sends it to Svensson. Svensson, or Sullivan. Sullivan sends it back to Dar. Dar can't quite make that series of passes pan out, but nice effort by the Jackets. Sets into the opposite side. Now Sullivan trying to make contact, and now it's going to be played out on the side of LaRoche, and we'll get an offsides as it was sent in by Kohlhaas. Little quick on the draw. We'll get a whistle here. 1:26 to play. Jackets trailing 2-1 in this hard-fought game. Clark, McEnhill, Ori, Gutschall, and Douse back on the defense. Puck comes through. Douse able to just swipe it away. McEnhill going to pick it up behind the Jackets net, sends it over to the Gutschall and Ori side. Ori picking it up on the sideboards, trying to play that through. Ori able to get it out, hits Clark. Jackets clear it, but Pens control it, and Pens now back in their own zone, trying to draw some defenders in, I believe. And Jackets now, though, have 3 on the front of the net. Pens dancing it across the top of their blue line. And now we're going to get a call here on Douse for a cross-check. Pens trying to keep possession alive here as Jackets need to touch this puck. Pens with 6 skaters now on, and Jackets need to control it. Sent to the side. Jackets not showing enough effort here to touch this puck as puck is still alive. Jackets need to touch it, and there it is with McInhill. We will get the whistle. And Jackets are going to go on their second penalty kill. It'll be Douse going in for the cross check. Minute 30. .21 seconds remaining in this period, so Jackets will start the third on the penalty kill as well. Vogelsang, Lakorchik, Dar, and Sullivan out here to kill this 20 seconds. Puck goes down into the corner. Pens send it back to the blue line. Trying to drop it into the opposite corner now as Pens send it back up to the blue liner. She drops it back down, trawling Sullivan off. Another shot from distance, and that goes in as Pens put a third on the board here on a power play goal. 6.8 seconds remaining. And Svensson out here. Mullet and Myers back on defense. Puck goes down. Cross ice pass goes to Myers, but that will do it for period number 2. Not going to get a nice cut. Just our regular 60-second break.
I just show up. I just show up. It's not mine. Show you guys. I'm like, you guys can see my stuff. Like we've got an extra announcer and I'm like on my little phone.
It's not my stuff. I just show up and hold the microphone. They're microphones. I just don't know which one is actually working, so I'm holding both of them. We were having sound problems in the middle. Side cameras. Yeah, there's like side view cameras, I guess, like in zones. It makes it really nice for like when we have a lot of people at home, you know? Sorry, I drank too much Diet Coke coming down here, but I'm back. 14:07 in the third. Jackets still trailing 3-1, but looking to add to it is Pittsburgh, but picked up by Vogelsang, and we're gonna get a whistle here, penalty on the Jackets, I believe. Yeah, it looks like McEnhoe going to the box here for hooking, so I'm not sure. Jackets on their 4th PK now of this game, or 3rd PK, I should say. Have yet to get a penalty or a power play. But looks like we've got Flaherty, LaRoche, Douse, and Gutschall back here to try to kill off this minute 30 seconds. 13:54. Pens send it back to the defenseman. She tries to drop it in low, looking for another option as they do a nice little drop pass there. Back behind the net, Gutschall trying to take a swipe at it. Back to the front and get it, attempted the crossing pass, drop it back to the blue liner. Blue line to blue line pass is gonna go wide, but able to maintain possession are the Pens. Pens tried to take a shot, goes into the belly of Gutschall. Another shot, and that is gonna go in on the back door there. And so Jackets will trail 4-1 now. 2 power play goals here by the Pens. Puck goes down to Dar. Pens send it back to their defenseman. Svensson trying to fight for possession. Svensson and Dar able to keep this in the offensive zone, and now it's going to be Thomas behind the net trying to keep this one in. Dar making contact in the middle of the ice. Dar and Svensson trying to work together along with Thomas. Thomas keeping that at the blue line, trying to shovel it in, and it's going to be actually Myers just sending in a long ball from the blue line. Pens, though, again, back to pick it up. Pens drop pass up the boards, trying to play this one through. Myers able to maintain it in the zone. Svensson giving chase down there in the corner. And that one's going to slingshot all the way around to the opposite boards. Got Mullet trying to drop low and keep this one in. And Jackets are able to keep that in, and Dar now going to be retrieving in the corner. Dar trying to send it to the middle to McEnhill. McEnhill tying it up momentarily. Puck still tied up. Myers trying to keep it in, but Pens now going to break this one loose. Pens coming down in and across the blue line, picked up by Mullet now. Mullet up the boards and out of the zone. And Pens going to try to regroup here in neutral ice. Pens now up across the blue line. Myers trying to take the angle away. Flubbed shot comes up to the opposite side boards. Clark trying to make contact with that and get that puck out. Clark tries to take a swing at it. And that one is going to break out from the zone. Flaherty gives it a big long whack. Not going to be icing as it made contact with a pin stick. Pens and that one looping around the boards, trying to keep it in is Lakorchik sends that one toward the front of the net. Lakorchik again able to keep that just barely at the blue line. Puck going to be sliding, and Jackets make a interesting exit from the zone. But sending it back in with Sullivan. Sullivan trying to maintain possession here. Sullivan still fighting for it, but can't quite keep that one on the stick. Sullivan now into the opposite corner. Sullivan and Kohlhaas were looking for the puck, but looks like Dar and Kohlhaas, but looks like Sullivan's going to be slow to get up, and we'll get a whistle as. Jackets will have Svensson, Kohlhaas, Dar, Gutschall, and Douse out here. And that's what will come out of the zone. Puck goes down. Dar trying to send it over to Svensson. Picked up by Gutschall now. Gutschall sending it back up. Puck works its way in, but Pens come away with it. Pens trying to send this one past. make it past one defender, but played nicely by the Jackets. Svensson sends it back over to Dar to Kohlhaus. Kohlhaus can't quite corral it. She now is working her way into the corner, sends it up hard to Douse. Douse looking for an option, sends a low toward the front of the net, doesn't make it through traffic. Pens now picking it back up, trying to clear this one out. Bouncing puck kept in momentarily, but that one's going to get free, and now it's going to be Gutschall there to separate from the puck. Pens keeping it right on the blue line, but McInhill digging it out. Pens blue line to blue line pass, and now it's going to be LaRoche on the forecheck here. LaRoche and McInhill trying to keep this puck pinned, but Pens send it back the opposite way. Ori, though, off the bench, keeping it in, and sends that one deep behind the net. Jackets are looking a little fatigued here. Ori looking for possession here to the front of the net. Got McInhill. McInhill with the shot gets deflected, and we'll get a cover there. 10-10 to play for the Jackets. McInhill to take the faceoff. She's got Ori and LaRoche with her. Myers and Mullet back on defense. Puck goes behind the back of the Pens net. Pens, though, with possession, trying to play this one out. They get that one free. Mullet going to be the first to the puck behind the back of the Jackets net. Mullet now looking for LaRoche on the boards, and it's going to go McInhill. McInhill gives it a scoop forward to Ori. Ori now trying to bring it in, gets it knocked off the stick. Backwards pass to McInhill behind the net. Trying to work this one toward the front, and Jackets just looking for possession here. Mullet stepping in, trying to get this puck free. Jackets trying to get it free, but it comes to the stick of Meyer. Meyer with a low shot, bouncing puck gets sent to the side, and Pens again trying to send it up, but it goes again to Meyer. Olsgaard with a low shot, gets sent to the side again, and Jackets trying to keep this puck in. A little too far to Thomas, but she's gonna send it back to Lekorchik. Lekorchik over to Vogelsang, but defender gets in the way, and now Pens trying to play this in. Ori sends it over to Thomas. Thomas and Olsgaard on the forecheck here, but Pens send it quickly up and out. Vogelsang makes contact as she enters the zone, but Pens pick it back up. Shot gets deflected off the defender and up and over the top of the net. Olsgaard trying to play this one through on the sideboards, but it's going to be Pens again with a quick shot toward the net. Jackets trying to play it out the opposite way. Pens catching on the boards. Pens now picking it up at the dangerous at the top of the circles. Makes a man miss. Another shot, and that's just going to trickle in. Deflected off of Shorman and trickles into the net for goal number 5 for the Pens. .22 to play in the third. All tied up on shots on net at 14 apiece, but Jackets trailing on the scoreboard. Puck down into the Pens zone. Pens, though, play it past the defender. Gutschall there to pick it up, sends it back the opposite way. Jackets trying to maintain possession here, but Pens taking it back in. Pens looping into the middle. Shot goes off the leg pads. Picked up by, Douse sends it hard over to Svensson. Svensson looking for an outlet to Dar, but Pens pick it up in the middle of the net. Dangerous puck. Beautiful save by the skate of Shorman. Puck still loose in the back of the net. Gutschall tries to clear, goes into the legs. And now that one is going to come all the way out. Pens played this one deep, so it's going to be Svensson on the forecheck here. Svensson and Kohlhaus trying to combine to keep this puck in. And now it's going to be McInhill able to chip that one deeper. McInhill on the forecheck now, changing out a couple of wings. Picked up by Myers. She sends that one deep again. LaRoche on the sideboards looking for an opportunity. Ori sends it back to Mullet, but Pens are going to be able to clear this one out. So, Myers there to meet it at the red line, sends it back in. Pens, though, looking for another opportunity. Pens trying to play that one through fast. Flaherty there to try to collect it. Flaherty getting tied up on those boards, but just really muscling her way through. Mullet now picks it up, sends it over to the opposite side. LaRoche trying to play that one through on the boards. Along with Flaherty, lots of bodies hitting the ground here as puck is still loose here on these sideboards. LaRoche again down, and now Flaherty trying to get this puck free. That's going to slip down back behind the Jackets net again and picked up by Mullet. Mullet has changed of directions, and Mullet's now going to start herself. She sends that one up to Ori as she draws the defender, and now Ori's going to chuck that one deep in the zone. Jackets going to change all 5 here. Pens deep in their own zone as Jackets want to try to pin them here. Beautiful by Dar. Dar picks it up, shot, and she scores. Absolute filth there by Julia Dar as she just pulls a pickpocket move and sends it in. Unassisted by Dar puts the second goal on the board, 5-2 now. Still in favor of the Pens. Puck goes down. Dar again trying to pick it up, but it's going to be Pens taking it in toward the net. Turning on the Jets. Pens send one toward the dangerous slip to the side. Picked up by Vogelsang now. Vogelsang trying to send this one out. She sends it out through the middle, but picked up by the Pens. Pens now trying to loop it back the other way, but it's going to be Svensson sending it in deep into Pens territory. 5:43 now to play. And Jackets changing out their lines here. Pens working their way back down into territory. Send that one into the Shoreman, but right in the breadbasket, and we will get a stoppage. 5:30 now to play in the third period. Puck goes down. Pens pick it up. LaRoche trying to dispossess. Puck comes to the middle, picked up by Gutschall. Gutschall tries to play it out to Ori. Ori gets it tied under the skates. Still trying to maintain possession. Now it's going to be McInhill looking for it. McInhill plays it past the defender and down into Pens territory, but Pens are going to be the ones to pick it up. Jackets trying to dispossess now. Pens play it around the sideboards. Gutschall trying to keep it on, but can't quite keep it, and now it's going to be Pens breaking it out. Pens have a 2-on-3 situation as Jackets able to get back quickly. Picked up now by Gutschall. Gutschall sending it over to LaRoche on the sideboards. LaRoche looking for an outlet to Ori, but intercepted, and now Pens trying to keep this one back in. That one's going to slide back behind the net. Gutschall giving chase, sent up to the sideboards. Shot goes deflected by Ori and goes to the opposite side now. Again, looping around the boards, and now it's going to be Gutschall trying to make possession here. Gutschall trying to get the stick on it, but it's going to be Pens away from the boards with it. Pens working their way toward the net. Puck still loose. Douse and Gutschall able to clear it the first time, but it's back toward the middle as puck is still bouncing here. Pens with another shot, goes into the body. Puck is, Jackets just can't quite get a control of it as Pens now trying to drop that puck in. Another shot goes off the mitt of Shoreman, and now into the opposite corner. Gutschall peeling off the net. And now up to Ori. Ori looking for possession. She tries to get it out of the zone. Out of the zone it is, but Pens picked it back up. Jackets trying to get some offensive pressure here. 3:40 to play as they send in Svensson, Dar, and Kohlhaas. Myers and Mullet. To Myers, gets deflected as she shoots, goes up and over the net. Kohlhaas there to collect on the sideboard, sends it up to Mullet. Mullet looking for a shot. She sends it over to Myers. Myers with a shot goes right into the belly of one of the defenders, and now Pens are going to have an opportunity to come back the opposite way. Pens played it into the corner, beautifully defended by Myers, and now Svensson taking it back the opposite direction. Svensson trying to fight her way through traffic. Jacket's going to change the other 4. Pens trying to send it behind the net, gets caught in there, and now Jacket's going to have an opportunity to pin this one deep. Svensson and Thomas both behind the net here. Gets knocked back to Lukorczyk. Lukorczyk trying to bounce it in deep again as Flaherty makes contact. Lukorczyk with a shot into the body again, and Jackets, though, still send that puck rolling toward the net, and we'll get a whistle as Penn's goaltender cuts a cover over it. 2:35 to play in the final period here. Puck goes down, picked up by Thomas. Thomas trying to muzzle her way toward the net. And Pittsburgh trying to get contact here. Comes out on the Lukorczyk side, and there's going to be a player breaks through. Shot goes high of the net. Picked up by Thomas. Now Thomas going to try to play it out, but the blue liner catches it, sends it in again. Flaherty trying to fight for her way for possession. Now it's going to be Vogelsang behind the back of the net, looking for an opportunity to pass, and gets it scooped off the stick. And now it's going to be Vogelsang again, looking for an exit opportunity. Sends that one forward to Olsgaard. Just a little long, but Olsgaard's got a break on it. Olsgaard with a shot right into the breadbasket. Not another option there, as she was well defended on all the other angles. So we'll get another whistle here, and 1:48 to play. Jackets looking for the third goal of the game. Going to get an offensive zone faceoff. McInhill, LaRoche, Svensson, Gutschall, and Douse out here. Puck's still tied up underneath, but it's going to be Pens coming away with it. Pens taking it down the ice, taking their sweet time, as might have been offsides, but I think the referees are not caring much anymore, and we will get another whistle as that one went into the glove of Shorman. 1:33 to play. Puck goes down, sent hard back to the defense of the Pens, and now it's going to be onto the stick of Douse. Douse kicks it over to Svensson. Svensson trying to clear that out, and hits another player, and that one's going to slide all the way around the boards again. Going to be Douse again to try to pick this up and send it out with Svensson. 1:11 now remaining. Sent to the middle, and that's going to slide all the way through all the defenders, as sent around the back of the net again. Svensson again trying to clear this out. Gets caught on the boards. Sent wide of the net now. And now that one's going to get batted back around. Sent to the front. Another shot. Dangerous for these Jackets here. And now Svensson again trying to play this out. Svensson, though, able to clear it out. 43 seconds remaining as Jackets forwards leave them high and dry there, as not necessarily the best time for the change. Gutschall trying to make a defensive play, and that centering pass gets knocked out by Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas and Ori going to go down the ice here. Try to pin this one in. Ori gets control, sends it up to the middle to Kohlhaas. Can't quite connect, and now 17 seconds remain. Pens trying to clear this one out, and they're going to get that one knocked through the boards. Jackets trying to sweep it back the other way, and they do, but Pens are the ones to pick it up. 5 seconds remaining, and this looks like it'll be a final here. So the Jackets will drop game number 1 to the Pens here in Pittsburgh, and we will be back for game number 2 tomorrow. Out for vengeance will be these Jackets. 11:40 start time.